I've got a message for you.
Dwarf.
It's time to pull off the masks and answer for your deeds. My master has seen enough, so he summons you. Come, kneel before this land's true ruler. Embrace suffering, embrace pain. Surrender your spirit to Vordakai, the chosen of the 4 horsemen, and the keeper of the Oculus of Abaddon.
Abaddon. Thank you, sir. Make your farmers rule of these lands. Your master stole something that didn't belong to him.
Magar Varn and his minions were impostors without rights and honor. Soon, the Empire of Vordakai will rise from its 1,000-year sleep and reclaim its lands. One such as you will serve this future in life or in death.
Your master responsible for what happened?
Yes, and it was well-deserved punishment. One who dwelled in that town stole what was not his to possess. He trespassed in the Master's sanctuary, defiled it, and brought what he stole to the place you call Varnhold. By doing so, he incurred the wrath of my master.
What happened? Where did everyone go?
My master's knowledge and power are great. The Oculus of Abaddon has granted him even greater power. It was the Oculus that brought about his revenge over the impious ones.
We brought something to them. So it's either Gunderson, because he was a prick. Probably him. If no, it's probably Cephal. Maybe him, because he was a... Well, he was a follower of Abaddon, was he not?
I'm the eyes and the ears of my master.
I don't know.
Everything I see or hear, he sees and hears as well. All we speak of, all your deeds, nothing escapes my master. Go to the Valley of the Dead, pass the gates, and face the challenges that await. If you survive, my master will meet you in his sanctuary. The gates bar the entrance to the Valley of the Dead. Only the one who has the key or sacred knowledge can pass. Once my master barred the valley from the outer world and the lesser races such as yours. Thus my master could focus upon his research and rule the Empire without the pathetic rebellions and petty wars of your kind. You have a choice. Find 3 incense burners hidden in the tombs of traitors who imprisoned my master in his sanctuary, or conjure darkness, which is able to open the way to the Valley of the Dead. This way or another, you will be able to pass the gates, and my master will seal your fate.
Guess I'm going then.
I have no doubts about that. I'll meet you in the sanctuary.
True sanctuary, sanctuary. Okay. Learn more about the Oculus Abaddon.
It is done!
I'm listening. Wait, we need to talk. The Valley of the Dead the Reven spoke of. I know it. An ancient evil is buried there, from empires since turned to dust. Being cautious is not enough. If you go there, you must tread quietly, or you shall awaken dark things indeed. A tomb lies in the heart of the valley. That is where the evil sleeps. I know I cannot sway you from going, But if you must go, please let me help you. My faith may help when spells and steel may not.
Travel together, I shall follow you to the Valley of Death. No, he shall follow me. The other way around. Well, that's where we're going anyway, apparently, so... This is going to be fun, this is going to be fun. Thousands are buried at the feet of Vordakai. Thousands and thousands will embrace the darkness and rise at Master's call. Thousands and thousands will start a new age of glory of the Four Horsemen. Covers with the names of dead Cyclops buried in the Valley of the Dead. The list ends with a statement: may the Vordakai's armies rest in peace and ashes until it rises on his demand.
Let's finish them quick. Applause, please.
Master of Death will call out those who are buried under his feet. Those who rejected Vordakai will become servants. Great Vordakai will unite sworn enemies with a common afterlife goal, implementing his will. Happened last time, so let's...
Anything else?
List of clans and families has seen better days. Someone cracked a tablet and scraped off carved names. You notice a word written over the night lines: traitor. Little sickening smell. Hey, come dwarf, past the ancient gate through the Valley of Death. You struck down all who stood in your path. Despite the danger awaiting you, you still came. My master, you knew you'd be worthy servant. One more step, dwarf, the sanctuary of my master lies beyond. Accept your fate without fear, and Vordakai will be merciful. But remember, once you open the door before you, there's no turning back. Go for. Oh yeah, I killed him. Oh yeah, I killed him.
I aim true.
Basilisk Psycho clad in ceremonial robes rises in luminous spear aloft, the Oculus of Aberon, a gift from the Horseman of Death. At the feet of the Cyclops crawls numerous people who kneel or prostrate themselves before him. Okay. After trekking through the gloomy dungeon, we finally arrived at a heavy stone door decorated with lots of fancy carvings. As soon as we touched it, though, we heard a click from within the wall, followed by a suspicious noise above our heads. A heartbeat later, before we even had a chance to guess what happened, some rusty hatches opened above our heads and murky water from the river began flooding the room. The room filled rapidly, threatening to trap us in a watery grave, along with the water, sand and mud from the riverbed poured in, as well as some of the underwater plants and some scared fish that weren't fast enough to escape. It can be hard to keep your cool in a situation like this. But while some of us were praying to their gods or complaining about not having time to finish Glorian's next great novel, the others tried. No, can't feel that. Can't feel that. Might feel that. Find the mechanism to disarm the trap. We quickly searched every corner, but there was no sign of any controlling mechanisms. What we did discover, though, was a long and narrow crack in a side bas-relief. Determined as ever, our Baron plunged a dagger into the crack, and the ball gave in, revealing the door to the hidden room. Okay, these ancient artifacts sure knew how to build their traps, and they were good at building hidden rooms too, especially the kind you could use to hide from a triggered trap. The room behind the bas-relief wasn't spacious, but it was big enough to save everyone. After several minutes, the noise behind the door stopped. Maybe the prehistoric pipes got clogged with mud, or maybe the trap just shut itself off. Either way, we waited for the water to drain out through the cracks in the floors before looking back into the gloomy room that almost spelled our doom. That's where we found the remains of someone who hadn't been as lucky as we had. As the waters had sucked in mud and fish from the river, it also pulled in the twisted skeleton of some drowned adventurer. Still clad in tattered traveller's clothes, the poor soul didn't have anything in their pockets to hint at who they might have been or where they came from. But we did find a pouch of coins. After some more look at that scary place, our group carefully moved on, advancing further into the depths of the sepulchre. Dig it? Alright, priest first. Time, I swear to you. Every fucking time. Goddamn.
Brace yourself. The throne room is near. Are you ready to meet great Vordakai? Are you ready to accept the gift of serving my master?
Here's the real question. Is he ready to die for what awaits at my hand?
My master awaits. But before you enter his presence, Vordakai has no use for the weak, nor any who beg for mercy. But he sees value in using such souls as heralds for his coming. The question is, who is weakest among you? Who should be sent away, disregarded? Pick the weakest among you to fly from here in fear and serve Vordakai in their flight. The great Vordakai will let them keep their lives, but makes no promises after this.
Busy on calls how to take eat. Like a lie shrouded in darkness in the centre of the room. The stench of decay emanates from it in waves, enough to make your breath catch in your throat. As you choke back the urge to vomit, the figure turns to reveal a misshapen skull. Who comes? I came to purge this place of evil. Tell me who you are first. Servant of death, keeper of darkness, and all its victims. Now answer my question. Well, came here to purge this evil. Yep. Okay. Alright, here we go. Right. Just what wide? Negative level. You, the mind's voice is hoarse, almost a croak, and you can barely make out the gaunt features beneath the tangle of hair and filth covering his face. His wrists are chained, and he looks half-starved, barely able to rise. I can see you're neither dead nor demon. Release us. Who are you and what are you doing here? Came from the Maria Durgar's group. Have you heard of him? I have indeed. We were scouting the foothills and found a strange gate. Then blackness took us. When we woke, we were all here, shackled. What did you see while imprisoned? Beast with a single eye, dead half-giants, and dead a long time from the look of them. They used to come and take one of us, who knows what hell. And there were many more of us just several days ago. He pauses, he frowns. Hold on. How long have we been here? Quite a long time. This is Vordakai's tomb. Have you seen him? Once one of the beasts here came, a cyclops, but not like the others. Thinner, with clothes like a king, but half-eaten through almost no more than shreds. He'd orders us to tell him who we were and where we were from. I wanted to curse him, spit on him, kill the foul thing twice if I could, but He swallows, choking back his shame. Then I started spilling everything I knew. All I knew of Numeria, Durgraf, everything. The man snarls, baring his teeth. Beware that one. He can twist your will with a word. Okay. Free to go, I guess. Free at last. I feel I just need to change my bloody thing like I did last time. It depicts the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, powerful archdemons who bring pain and ruin. Horseman of death, surrounded by kneeling figures, raises a sphere of light in his hand. Triumphant, an inscription reads, Vordakai blessed, the gift of Sharon, the Oculus of Abaddon. Why did you say this? Carvings in the wall, they are a chronicle of rituals. They depict the worship of the most depraved of creatures, demonic force horsemen of the apocalypse. Their followers serve the will of their masters, death and destruction. Every disaster, every misfortune serves the horsemen, suffering and pain, what the treasure above all else. They see life as a harvest, and even knowing their nature, they are those who embrace horrific acts to gain the horseman's favour. Evil's voice can be strong, fearful, sometimes seductive in its corruption. But we must face it, no matter its voice, stand against it. You're right, but there are times when doing the right thing is beyond our power. He sighs, then casts a dark glance around the chamber. We should leave this place.
Consider me provoked.
Oh, she's getting to be a pain in my rectum.
This is for you.
Cannot hide from me.
No damage. Damage at all.
This is for you.
Strike with all your might.
Well, that was easy. Wait, Mercer, the ghost's voice is faint as if speaking from afar. Well, I'm Gunderson, right? Do you remember me? Once you sought my help with the island on Candlemere. The figure before you looks vague, indistinct, as it could dissipate in the air at any moment. Is that you? Leave from this place before it's too late. The dungeon is a trap. A trap. How'd you end up here? It's not my fault, there was a mistake. A huge, foolish mistake. I was wandering through the mountains, searching for something that would prove my worth, make others sit up and take notice, a little respect. People always used to talk that there were once ancient ruins and tours of Lebanese, but all I found were pot shards and rubble. So the next morning I decided to head to Farnhold, and from there to Restov. Then something happened. I can't tell if it was a dream or if someone had set a compass needle beside my eyes, as if it was pointing me in another direction. So I went through the darkness and ended up at the outside of this damned tomb. Why do you still remain in this world? I tried to leave, but I fear to. I did all I could to be a decent man, but what if it was not enough? What if Pharasma decided to cast me down, to be eaten by demons? No, I'm not ready yet. I need to think. To work up my courage, I need... What happened in the tomb? I just wanted to take a look. So I know it was foolish, but I saw this bracelet entirely of jade, an entire fortune worn on the wrist. I should have taken it, but I couldn't resist, so I snatched it and fled before some dead thing crawled on the tomb. I returned to Farhold and gave the bracelet to Baker. I expected it to pay me a good sum of money, and boy, it did. It did. But before I could get my reward, it came for us. Where are the citizens? Well, I think they're all there, eh? They left by their own free will, by the will of someone else to be precise. I was among them. I remember that. Voice ring in my head, voice like an emperor, giving orders no one could disobey. So I did everything it demanded, and so did the others. That's how all of us end up here. Vordakai, he's evil incarnate. He blamed us for stealing what was his, then tore our souls from our chest and imprisoned them. As for the bodies, you'll find them in the next room, the dining hall. I can hear. I can't bear to look upon them. Have you seen Vordakai? Tell me about him. A leech. Cyclops, their dead emperor. He's an ancient creature, perhaps the most ancient creature on all the Glorian. He hates humans, dwarfs, elves, the lesser races, slaves. He kills them. He can twist our minds and crush our wills into dust. I know, for I fell victim to his power. He boasts that he'll conquer the world, but you think I think what you know I think. The centuries have taken their toll, weakened him as he lay sleeping here in his tomb. I don't believe Vordakai is all powerful. It may be possible to defeat him. So devouring people is not enough for this monster. It wants a crown, I see. As if the Technic League was not enough. Here is another wannabe master. Well, he's getting no slaves here. Oh, that's so sorry. Why wasn't your soul imprisoned? Silent. You begin to wonder if he's going to answer at all. When he speaks again, his voice is fainter than before, as if ashamed. Vordakai decided I deserved a harsher punishment than the others. After all, I was the one who stole this bracelet, the one who drew its eye. But he didn't torture my body. Instead, he raked his fingers through my mind, plucking out memory after memory. He made me confess every bad thing I ever did, even every shame. Show me how I was. After he was finished with me, he slit my throat with his finger, but I didn't die. He realized my soul through the wound. He released my soul through the wound so that I might forever be amongst those who died as a result of my weakness. So here I am, here I remain. It's what I deserve for all the grief and suffering it caused in my life. You suffered enough and paid the price for your mistake. If before I can travel to the river of souls, you need forgiveness. I forgive you. You forgive me, but I did so much harm. Yes, you fucking did. Yet there is still hope for me beyond this world. I hope the gods will be merciful to you as your grace was to me. The time has come. Thank you and farewell. Oh, you got a good buff. Oh, he took away all my debuffs. Oh. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. One's down. Maybe now the boss. Oh, it's buff.
Done.
Leave this place now. And we should collapse the entrance so no one ever... Look around. I really insist, Tom, but He must turn back. He catches himself as his voice drops. I beg you, please turn back. This chamber looks at you but doesn't seem to see you. His eyes, normally calm, are troubled. It is the heart of the evil that fills this whole tomb. Everything here bears traces of the one Vordakai worshipped. I beg you, let us leave this place. I don't want you to suffer Vordakai's fate, or you or anyone else. The powers of the darkness are strong here. They can corrupt even the strongest of hearts. Safety comes first. We'll do as we say. Back and collapse the passage. Alright, well, that was a wasted effort, kind of.
What troubles you?
He drops as if he's afraid of being overheard. The heart of the tomb. Vordakai is close now. Have you been here before? I have to say, what's the matter? What's the matter? Though, now that I think about it, I suppose I am scared, but not of what lies behind this door. Been acting strange ever since we entered this tomb. What's the matter? Shakes his head. It is no matter, Tom. This place, it feeds on doubt, fear, or loss. He raises his head and looks at you as if to steady himself. If you were to never see each other again, would you have any last words for me? I would imagine neutral good one. My last words for you, I'd say that you were my ally and my friend. I could always count on your support. And if it was within my power, I'd do all I could to keep you by my side. He smiles, but it's tinged with sadness. Ever since I met you, I have thought myself blessed to stand with a hero such as you. He pauses. But this blessing, it was not the gods, it was your strength, and for that, let us take faith in each other and purge the evil from this place. Alright, baby, that screwed up my alignment. Let's see what we have now. We're into neutral there. Alright. In the down light, unable to disperse deep shadows in the corner of the dark hall, you see a tall, angular figure. It is a giant with a parchment-thin skin, clad in ancient clothes, yet he pays you no notice. He is studying a glowing vessel cradled in his hands.
He is here, Master. He came, O great Vordakai.
Ah, fair Vordakai. The giant turns to you, and your attention is immediately drawn to the single eye in the centre of its dry and dead face, or rather, an iridescent ball of dark shades, shimmering within the Cyclops' empty eye socket, lit by abyssal fire. In the centre of the sphere is a spark of ominous red that seems to cut into you.
An interruption? So, what disturbs my meditation?
Me.
Wondering what to do with this pathetic creature, Magar Varn. This fool dared to claim the lands that belong to me. Can you see his soul? This emptiness of this vessel is all he rules now. The same fate awaits you. I kept Magar's body because I thought he might prove a servant. But no, your corpse kneeling before me will be of more use.
I came to clean these evil from these lands.
The real evil comes from lesser races such as yours. Corpse flies that feed on my ancestral lands. I've already begun purging the empire of your kind, and you will watch as I extinguish each
one by one.
Alright. Definitely evil.
We can do it.
Enough, Vordakai. Come face your death. I'm the one who will sentence you. From a relic of a crumbled
Oh, she
empire,
doesn't die, I'm
a
happy.
relic I steal. Curse you, Vordakai. Blinded by your faded power, I take your sight. Curse you, Vordakai. Thriving in your blind arrogance, I claim your eye.
Okay.
I must take it. Forgive me.
Don't, Tristian. As you said, evil can't tempt anyone. You're stronger than it. Fight it. Yeah, what is save him, eh? Yeah.
I cannot. It is not my will, but I am bound by a force greater than my own, and I must bring them the Oculus. But I can destroy it. The one who
What?
can't see evil will smite an entity that tempts others. The messenger of good, deprived of sunlight, gains the power to dispel the darkness. Gah! Dawnflower! Healing light! Merciful Sarenrae, your servant and champion calls for you. Grant me the power to remove the last obstacle on the path of salvation. Grant me the courage to spare the world from the abomination that threatens it.
I believe he's through the tome. Tristian's hand become a flame of sunlight. He covers his eyes with his hams and utters a blood-curdling scream. Without taking his hands from his face, Tristian slams his heel downwards, shattering the Oculus of Abaddon beneath his.
Oh, Sarenrae, the price of faith is high. I shall never see your sacred light again. The end of this nightmare. I'll accept punishment, any punishment, just to have it end. Only one last shackle remains, and this is done.
My sight, my eye, my gift from the depth of Abaddon, it's gone, stolen. Thieves, maggots, wretched, pathetic creatures, I'll slay you
He,
all.
what?
Cannot hide from me. Come, Reven, serve your master one last time.
Well, I was happy. Well, the first part was very odd. First part, I kept getting somebody kept dying over and over and over and over. So I had to redo it several times. But he finally did like less than 130 damage, you know. My word. So once slightly, the ancient Cyclops shudders and moans. A full black liquid runs down the cavities in his face and sucks the tattered clothes. The magical glowing vessels which bag her soul strikes the stone floor with a hollow, tolling sound and rolls right to your feet. Ooh.
After all I've done, after all I've achieved, after all the trials, still I fell, and to what? To a pathetic thing like you. Worthless creature, proud in your ignorance. Do you even realize what you've done? You've doomed Vordakai to oblivion and all the power and secrets of the greatest empire ever known.
And didn't you know, mighty Vordakai, that you should not open up your soul to everybody? The curse that Tristian put upon you struck your very essence, arrogance and lust of power.
You dare pronounce judgment on me? Oh, there is truth in your words. Curses strike harder if you empower them with the piece of the essence of the one being cursed. And I put my very self in my name. The name of a ruler and a vanquisher. The name I was cursed with. I was blind back then, more blind than I am now. And I lost the greatest gift I ever received from my patrons, the demons. Will I have to pay for such negligence?
Now, can I just go straight to this one, or can I go down? Empire,
About
he's
the
talking.
one that flourished in this world long before you came. About the one that in its greatness outshined everything ever created by mortals since the beginning of time. About the Empire, whose last remaining son, great Vordakai, was destined to restore.
Vordakai.
We brought an era of enlightenment and prosperity to this primitive world. We created masterpieces, ones your kind cannot even fathom. I was the one who shaped this thriving empire, and the one who was going to release it from the prison of time. But then you came and shattered any hope of reviving the greatest civilization of this world.
Serves it right.
Nation should have been built in blood of countless innocents, that I cannot allow.
What is the blood of mortals in comparison to the greatness of the empire that rises above it? You will never see it.
Tristian took your eye.
You don't even realize what your sidekick stole. The Oculus of Abaddon is not some eye. It's a dark creation having tremendous power, given to me by the mercy of a horseman of the apocalypse. The Oculus is capable of seeing the unseen, revealing the future to its holder, and dominating over mere mortals. Your pathetic settlement was so close to sharing the fate of Varnhold.
Tell me now, what have you done to the people of Varnhold?
Vermin, who came to my lands, who raked the land with their plows, pierced it with stakes to build their miserable shacks, desecrated the sacred tombs. First, they tore my lands from me, then broke into my sanctum and stole what was mine. I was enraged when I awakened, but the Oculus of Abaddon gave me the answers I needed. It calmed me, focused me. It was powerful enough to seize control over all who lived in that wretched settlement. They came to me, one by one, to be slaughtered. I fed upon their minds to make sense of this renewed world. The thoughts they held were enough for me to conclude the world is ready for my return. The world needs my return. You look at me as if I committed some blasphemy. Hardly. They defiled my lands, so I defiled them in turn. although I didn't want to limit my revenge. Their souls await fate inside the same jars as does the soul of their arrogant leader.
Well, I guess you know what I'm going to be doing, because I'm not evil. Hey, your time is at an end. From the prison, a soul flies up in a flash of light and rushes towards the lifeless body of Mager Varn. In the light of the released soul, Vordakai collapses on the floor and falls still. As you watch, cracks begin to worn through his dried body and his bones begin to crumble. Powerful enchantments that held his life within its shell lose their battle with time. In moments, Vordakai is dust. Wow. So that's all that. Oh, there you go. Our search for an answer to the mystery of Varnhold was coming to an end. After learning of the horrible fate that befell the pure citizens of Varnhold, we headed to the final destination of our trip. A dark chamber, hidden behind Vordakai's throne room. As soon as we crossed the threshold, we froze, breathless. A dark hall before us filled with glimmering transparent vessels. The shimmering light of the souls in prisons there dispersed the gloomy darkness of a tomb. Liquid shadows danced and twisted on the stone walls with every move of those bright little sparks as they beat against the inferiors of the elegant, translucent prisons. And what did the Baron do when he saw the cruel fate of Varnhold's citizens? He smashed them all. Mere mega choice. He immediately began breaking the soul jars to free the imprisoned souls. Upon breaking the first jars, a bright flash of light heralded the imprisoned soul that regained its freedom. The bright spark flew in an arc over our heads and settled on the floor. And then, well, even my talent as a writer can't do justice to what we saw then. The free soul was resurrected. In a heartbeat, on the spot where the spark landed, a man clad in dusty peasant clothes appeared, an expression of utter shock to his face. The poor man was terrified when he came to his senses after that nightmare, only to find himself in the middle of an ancient tomb. It took no effort at all to free the others. With each new crash of shattered glass, new people appeared around us. Guards, fishermen, mothers, their children, farmers, drunkards, grumpy grannies, groaning gossipers. Long story short, all the people who'd been abducted by the Oculus of Abaddon had returned. Though only shattering knitwear always brought such joy and goodness, alternating between laminating crying and yelling for joy, the crowd headed for the tomb's exit. We followed after them, finishing yet another chapter of our historic chronicle. Alright. Your Grace. You're a server, I did. And you're not just but my people as well. Whatever can I do to show my gratitude? Maker pauses for a moment as if lost in thought. Too bad Cephal didn't live to see this moment. And Gunderson. He wasn't a bad sort, just impulsive. We'll mourn all who lost their lives because of Vordakai. And then... Your Grace, by the debt of blood, Varnhold and I now serve you. The cowards from the north didn't lift a finger to help me when I was in the need, so I offer you my sword to the one who will. He bows his head. I'll head to your castle and wait for you there. A deputy will rule in Varnhold. I'll appoint someone trustworthy. Don't worry about that.
Evil was defeated. The dead tyrant Vordakai wouldn't be threatening us or anyone else any longer. Alas, our friend revealed himself to be an enemy. How could you, Tristian? We trusted you.
Maybe.